No, you don't get to just do that and then we must just be. Welcome back and thank you for joining me for another reaction video. If you are new here, please don't forget to subscribe and turn on those notifications because it helps me out a lot. Today we're looking at a band I have not done on the channel yet, and that's very exciting. It's a band you've been asking for, at least a bunch of you, for a long while now, and they are called Earthside. Funny enough, the other night on our Discord server, we were talking about bands I haven't done yet, bands I should be looking at, and Peachy, one of our Discord OGs, said that Earthside is a band people have been asking for, and I absolutely need to give them a listen, so that's what we're doing today. She suggested a song called The Dream in Static featuring Daniel Tompkins, who I now know is the Tesseract singer. I've done a song from Tesseract. It's called Juno, I believe. I'll put the link for that in this description. And I probably should get back to them. Maybe this will inspire me. Super excited. Can't wait to get stuck into this one. Earthside, A Dream in Static featuring Daniel Tompkins. Let's see what you got. Super dreamy. Oh, hot damn, that's how you start a song. Awesome, let's go back to hear that again. That's fantastic. Super dreamy in the beginning. There were nice like delay pieces on that, nice picking in the background, cymbal work increases, and bang, hits you right in the face with melody. Loved that. Loved what the drummer was doing. Latched onto that immediately. He's doing the standard 4/4 for the first phasing, and in the second he's just delaying the snare. But he's delaying it significantly. He's not doing it by that one beat. It's almost like a rush hit in just to get the next cycle going. Very, very cool. And actually, done in a way that isn't hard to follow. Your body can lock onto it. It feels comfortable. And the melody is the driver. It's awesome. Acoustic. Hang on. Very interesting. The drums, again, working really hard to sound, doing as much as they can, really, to not sound like this loopable pattern and phrasing, but of course there is. His vocals there are actually really magical. I like the introduction of the acoustic guitar along with the keywork, and drummer's got a nice extended setup to his left, where he's got a little bit more of a percussion piece or tom setup that he's able to access and do nicer, longer rolls round. Didn't get a good look at it, but I'm sure it'll show again. His vocals there are really interesting because there's actually more priority on the gentleness of the attack and decay of them than there is on the actual words. So sometimes you can lose those lyrics, but it's important because just as I stopped there, you could hear the actual more traditional vocal sound coming in. Great voice. I like this. I like this a lot. Again, more traditional sounding vocal coming in there. He's adding some nice grit to it. There's a bit of pain in some of that. He's compressing some of it and he's getting a bit more of that distortion or twang on the end of some of the phrasing. Really nice. The beauty of that is he's having this fluctuation between the standard vocal melody and then some of the, I guess, more painful pieces. And in the background, you've got this really nice keywork, which sounds really innocent and bally. And you've got this awesome delay on the guitar work. Really nice. If you want to hear delay being played at its kind of maximum fullness, this is a good example, because they're doing they're playing a kind of delay where they're not just playing on the note, they're playing in between the notes that they have been playing. So there's essentially a delay of each note, but there's a delay of a phrasing, and it's syncopated within it. It's really cool. Interesting drum setup. It bothers me how, in a good way, it's beautiful. It's really, really pretty, but it bothers me, and they've done it before, and I heard it again now, how they are able to take something so beautiful and ended the phrasing of this piece the way they just did, where you hear that guitar almost dripped in. Again, I've spoken about it before, but it's that talk of having it's almost like placing a major and a minor next to each other. There's happy and sad, and it feels like this goes from positive and bright down to this like ominous section. And I don't actually know really. I'd have to look at the chords and see if there's any tabs up to see what they're doing with that. But it is cool. It's very, very cool. I'm a big fan. Nice layering to the vocals there. This is an interesting setup that he's got. I want to get that top-down view, but I like what the drummer's doing. He's clearly a remarkable drummer. He's clearly an incredible talent. They all are. You can see it. You can just say see it. You can hear it and you can feel it. It's not just about technical ability. You can feel talent. It's hard to explain, really. It's comfortability, the way they transition between certain lead pieces, the way that even though that this is a mocked live performance because it's for a video, you can still see the intent and the way that they transition between certain pieces. Special bunch, this. Make no mistake about it, there is an incredible effort from the band, the producer, and the engineer, both the mixing engineer and the mastering engineer, to accommodate the amounts of layering that is required to do some of this, particularly with the vocals, and that on top of the instrumentation. It's absolutely gorgeous. It makes me feel a little emotional. There's a fullness and a beautifulness to it where it feels like you're floating, feels like you're drifting. The music is keeping you grounded. Those rushed little snare hits, they keep you grounded, they keep you settled, feel like you're on Earth. But then the vocals and the delay, the reverb on that, the spatial effects and awareness push you right up above the clouds, and it makes you feel like you're floating. And it's a surreal experience. What you want the bass to do there is to keep you in the middle, to be a connector. It's your lifeline, and it's doing a very good job of that. Hang on, let's catch that top setup. There it is. Interesting. I mean, he's got his traditional tom setup like you've got, the two middle toms and the floor tom. He's got a lot of cymbals. He's got all the cymbals, really. Nobody else is allowed cymbals because he has all of them. It's just that little bit to the left, which is really cool. And he's using it quite effectively. He's not using it all the time. Different size heads give you different tonal values, and obviously you can tune them a certain way too. But really, really cool. He's a purposeful drummer. Let's go with that. He's very talented and very purposeful. Oh. No, you don't get to just do that and then we must just be. Calm down. Continue. That is great guitar work. Dun, 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 dun. And those little pieces at the end there, they have different accents, and there's 3 of them. You hear the first one, which is that nice little, pretty much standard bend or tail that you're going to hear. Next one, very quick little hammer-ons and pull-offs. Hammer-on is when you'll play a note, and then without using your pick again, you'll hammer on, and when you pull off, sometimes you can flick it, get the intensity to remain. Very quickly, and at the end there, you heard a third variation right at the very end. Very cool. What a vocal. No, I need to hear that transition again. How dare they finger picking that bass like that? It's lovely. That's there's so much to talk about here. This is going to take forever, and I'm sure I'm missing loads. There's a handover of a tonal value. So that bass is that finger picking bit where he's just sliding the top finger kind of back and forth to create the effect of the chord changing, whereas a lot of it's remaining the same. The minute he slides down into the traditional bass play and that, top string all the way down, you'll hear the guitar come in and take over. It's like a transfer. It's like a relay. It's very cool. That's perfect. I got lost there because that's what music should do to you. If music isn't moving you, changing the way you feel, think, removing you from a circumstance or putting you in a new one, it's not doing its job. And this is working overtime. This music needs a raise. That's how hard it's working. It's special for them to go. It is jarring. It is. There was a nod to that earlier where they went. I was speaking about the major minor, and then you come into this where it's this beautiful uplifting piece with delicate care on a very sensitive mic with those vocals, and then all of a sudden the belting, and for them to just accent the way they did and drift off into that piece that we've heard before, absolutely stunning. Listen, sometimes even I realize that I need to just shut up and listen. Music like that demands to be heard, and it is beautiful. It's exactly up my alley in terms of it's kind of proggy, but it's not trying too hard, at least not for my taste. Really enjoyed that. To say I enjoyed that is an incredible understatement. The biggest one of the year, probably. That was special. It was fantastic. Just really, 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 really good. Wow. Yeah, just blown away. I'm going to listen to that. It's the kind of song I'm going to put on while I'm doing other things. And that is in no way a discredit to the ability and technical display and the care and consideration in the structure and layout. It's because it's one of those songs that I feel like no matter what you do, and it will be it demands to be listened to, and you will make sure that it isn't passive listening where you have on background noise, if you will. That is going to very much be the forefront of whatever else you're doing as well. And I just think it's such a long, beautiful song. I loved the video as well. I really did. I didn't really speak about it at all, but really nice storytelling there as well. When it felt dreamy, it did. When it felt heavy, it looked heavy, looked intense. It also, when it was heavy, it wasn't. Going into that really like halftime piece there with those nice quick chugs, or palm muted piece, very heavy drive on that, super heavy. It still didn't feel over the top heavy. It felt very much a part of the melody, very connected. And I am very grateful to have heard it. So Peachy, thank you very much. And thank you to everyone else who suggested that. It was magical. Until the next one, and there will be a next one. Please be safe, be nice to each other, and have a damn good day.